Hello, everyone. This is Sarika Jain, love and relationship coach and author of the 90-Day Soulmate Plan. I'm so thankful for you for joining me in this almost 90-day journey of the book club. And whether you're watching this live or you're watching it on a later date, it doesn't matter. The goal is to support you in moving through this book and hopefully getting some insights along the way, getting some inspiration. If you've enjoyed this book, please share it with your friends and family, and please leave a review on Amazon. And yeah, so today we're on our final week. It's week 13, and we're going to be talking about enlightened dating, how to love and date with confidence. So, I welcome you. And I think I'm going to send a quick email that we are going live right now. So just hold on one second, please. Okay, so just sent the email. Let's go ahead and sit for a few minutes in silent meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Together, let's take an inhale and exhale. Maybe straightening your spine, relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, closing your eyes, feeling your body against your chair or on the floor. And just imagine that there is a white light streaming down on you from your higher self. This white light of love, healing, and grace permeating your scalp, filling up your eyes, nose, ears, and mouth. This white light flowing down your throat, down your spine and back, down your arms and hands, filling every cell with the energies of love, healing, and grace. This white light flowing to your heart, your chest, your lungs, filling up your breasts. This white light flowing down to your stomach, your gut, your reproductive organs, and other sacred organs. Imagine this white light flowing down your legs and feet into Mother Earth, circling her, surrounding her. This white light flowing up your feet, up your legs, and all the way to your heart. You were born out of love by Mother Earth and Father Sky. You were loved deeply for who you are. You're wanted and needed on this planet exactly as you are. Bring your attention to your heart, noticing the sensations of your heartbeat, smiling at your heart, gratitude for your heart, love for your heart. And then bring your attention down to your gut, noticing the sensations arising, lovingly accepting what is. And then bring your attention back to your heart and think of someone or something you are grateful for. And one intention for today. And I'll say a prayer. Dear God, dear higher selves of all the women joining this call now or later, Dear life, dear all beings who have supported our journeys thus far, our parents, teachers, mentors, friends, family, lovers, colleagues, noble community, and all other beings who have helped provide us food, clothing, shelter, safety, wisdom for our path, unconditional love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May we create a unified field between all the women joining this call in order to access deepest wisdom from Source. May we align with the energies of love, healing, grace, forgiveness, ecstasy, and surrender. And may we create the conditions to attract a healthy, loving life partnership and other opportunities and abundance into our lives. May we be guided to living to our full self expression. Thank you. Beautiful. So I'm actually going to start reading from the book, and we're on the final chapter, How to Date and Love with Confidence. And again, if you've been joining us till now, if you've read the book till now, congratulations, you've finished, you're at the home stretch. And I'm sure you're going to find your dating experience to be so much more different. Right now you're stepping into alignment with the kind of partnership you want to attract, that you're meant to attract, that your soul desires to attract. And that's the goal of this book. It's to support you in creating the life that you dream of and then inviting a partnership to join you in this journey. And that's what a soulmate is. A soulmate is someone who resonates with you on a soul level and who journeys this life with you, you know? So I'm in the book on page 267. I'm just going to share the story about Myra. So Myra was a client of mine. Of course, her name's been changed. And, she was in her early 40s and she had already been married for 17 years. She married her high school sweetheart and she went through a divorce and she was back dating again. And when we started coaching together, she realized she hadn't yet um, closed her X files. And so we worked on that first. And she built her self-love foundation, and then she started dating. This is like a funny light on top of me. So funny. Okay. And so, when she started to get out there dating, I mean, she was all excited about it at first. And, initially she was like, I don't want to do online dating. And I was like, that's fine. But then finally, when we got to the step, she's like, okay, I think I'm ready. And, we created her online profile and, she was so excited, but then she started getting cold feet, of course, right? Like that. I noticed that there's like two moments when women are afraid or get nervous. And one of them is like when you're just about to take the plunge and start dating with intention. And then the other time is when you're actually like deciding whether to commit with someone, like, the fears come up around, like your ego is afraid of surrendering and letting go, like surrendering into a relationship. So, those are two moments when you really need to have support, when you need to soothe yourself and move through this with intention, with self-love, with self-empathy. Okay. So, while she was dating, she was like, she took it on as like a spiritual warrior. She was like, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna face my fears, I'm going to date lots of interesting guys, which she did. And even when she felt, frustrated, like she felt, she was kind of a perfectionist. So she didn't really like a lot of the guys online. She would get, frustrated, wondering if there's something wrong with her. And in reality, there's nothing wrong, right? If you're feeling like most of the guys aren't, high quality, then, all it takes is the one. Okay. And what matters is your attitude. What the universe is looking at is how you show up for your love life, you know? And so finally she met an amazing guy. I even met him, and he was everything on paper. And a few months in, even she found herself falling in love with him, but a few months in, she realized that was he had a drinking problem, and that she couldn't, she just didn't want to be that crutch for anyone anymore. And she noticed that he dissociated, like in moments of depression or anger or whatever. And so she realized that she had to let this relationship go. So she went through a conscious process of letting it go, letting him go, and getting back out there. So that wasn't an easy process, but she did it. And then she met her one. He's an amazing partner. Now they have a daughter together. He, got her a beautiful home with a yoga studio in it, and she's creating her dream life with him. So, you know, um, it's such a great story, and I really want to invite you to know that that's possible for you. Okay? You can actually enjoy this dating process, which is what I'd love to support you in, is how to date with joy and um, mindfulness. Okay, so I'm going to start reading on page 269. Dear Love Goddess, congratulations for making it to this step. If you've completed the previous ones, then you're a true love warrior, someone who knows what she wants and is disciplined and determined to get it. You've been cultivating your love garden, learning the art of love, and have a strong inner foundation. You're already the partner who your man is waiting for, someone who's loving, sexy, and self-aware. If you've jumped ahead to this chapter, no worries at all. Make sure that you've completed chapter 2, Heal Your Heart and Close Your X Files, because it's vital for you to have released your past for good. You can continue to steps 3 and 4 while following dating. So this is something that my clients typically do, is they'll, once they feel like they've cleared their baggage and they're ready to start dating, they go back online and start dating, and then they work on steps 3 and 4, which are about discovering your wow factor and preparing for love. Okay, so it's great because while you're dating, you're actually like growing your self-awareness. You're practicing all the tools that you're learning. So the book becomes experiential. The process is experiential. Okay, so you'll you'll see that as you keep doing the inner work and stepping into your whole loving heart open self, you'll keep attracting higher quality men. And this is true. Every client of mine has said that the quality of men that they're attracting is way better than what they were before coaching, before doing this process. In this chapter, you will learn a new feminine, powerful way of dating. You'll be guided in creating a magnetic mindset, discover keys to conscious and joyful dating, and begin to embody your feminine grace and wisdom as you date. You'll feel sexy and empowered as you meet new men while having tools on hand for dealing with your pesky fears and sabotage patterns. You'll discover red flags to look out for in a man and how to know if he's the one. Whether you've dated before or are beginning for the first time, it's important for you to have a beginner's mindset, a fresh, open perspective. In fact, pretend like you've never dated before. The reason is that you can feel jaded and all your old thoughts and fears will come back. Dating sucks. There are no good guys online, anyways. I know because I've already done it. Might be some of the thoughts you're having. If so, practice self compassion and self empathy. Know that it's just your fearful ego talking and let it go. You're way more brave and capable than that. Whenever, this is a quote by Paulo Coelho, the author of The Alchemist. Whenever we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. So you just have to know and believe in alchemy and the power of you shifting who you're being, right? And that shifts your experience. Remember, you are a whole new person now, vibrating at a new frequency. If you're doubting that and struggle with really believing that things could aren't going to be different, I would urge you to look at this as a whole new experience because it is. Okay, so just view dating as a new experience. Like, don't think back to, oh, when I used to date online, it sucked. Just let it go, right? And in Buddhism, they always talk about having a beginner's mind, right? Every day is a new day. Note, if you're already in a relationship, you'll find that the principles in this chapter are invaluable in creating a fun, grounding basis for a satisfying relationship. The principles of dating in a relationship never go away. Remember, couples that consciously date each other throughout their lives rarely lose romance or connection, and in fact, find their love growing or evolving. And I really feel it's true. Like, I use all of these principles in my marriage, like you've got to keep it alive, keep your relationship alive. This would be a great time for you to go back and brush up on the concepts in cultivating your love garden and love alchemy tools, which will support you in continuously honing your love skills. Also, use the skills in self love as you will need to keep building your inner foundation, especially during the ups and downs of dating. Okay. So, dating is a vulnerable experience. Okay. It's going to test your ego, it's going to make you feel vulnerable and bring up all your feelings, the unfulfilled and the fulfilled feelings. So, go back and read the initial chapter on cultivating your love garden and the love alchemy tools. Those are going to help you in navigating the uncertainty, right? Why didn't he call me back? Is he interested in me? Um, Etc. Okay. I'm on page 271. A new you, a new kind of love. There's a new paradigm of love that's emerging. It's the H shaped relationship in which both partners are connected through the heart versus the A shaped relationship where one is leaning on the other economically, physically, or otherwise. There's a dependency in the latter, while the former is about joyful interdependence. And so that's where we're headed. We're headed into interdependent relationships. We're headed into healthy relationships, where we're not leaning on each other like this as crutches. Maybe our parents' generation had to, or grandparents' generation, right? But our generation, we get to choose. We get to choose this heart shaped relationship, which is about connecting through the heart. Doesn't that sound amazing? The H shaped partnership is one in which there's a connection on every level: mental, physical, spiritual, emotional. A relationship in which both partners feel free to be themselves around each other and have mutual respect and love. They're individuals brought together through a common vision, a soul level resonance, along with the desire to heal and grow together. Their soulmate, their lovemaking feels exploratory, connected, and natural. This soulmate couple creates a ripple of joy and romance around them, making the world stand still. This kind of love fills the air with beauty and the sweetness of true unconditional love, and people in their company feel blessed in their field. And I will say, that's how I feel about my relationship with my husband, that we have this dynamic tension between us and this mutual respect and this freedom and even a sense of awe and wonder and beauty and love, right? And so I really like last night we had a dinner with, 10 other people, and they really felt, they told me afterwards, Sarika, you and your husband have such a great partnership. You can really feel it. Like, they just had this sense of awe and respect for us. They just felt so soothed. And that's, I will say, that's my husband. He has a soothing presence about him. One of my favorite poems is by Khalil Gibran, a forward thinker of his time, in which he spoke prophetically of what the sacred relationship as marriage looks like. On marriage, the Almithra spoke again and said, "And what of marriage, master?" And he answered, saying, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but not make a bond of love. Let it be rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. So it's so beautiful, right? It's this vision of freedom and spaciousness in the relationship and like this mutual love and like a magic. There's like a magic between the couple. And it's not like you're giving your heart to someone. You have your heart within you and your heart is, it's like a gift. It's a gift that you're offering, but you're not giving. Okay? So, how simply majestic is this vision of love? Having a healthy relationship with yourself and ultimately your soulmate, and creating the love garden or temple together with your man is one of the greatest ways to feel fulfilled, along with being a contribution to society. As you're stepping into your feminine power, releasing the barriers around your love and learning the art of love, there is no doubt that you're opening up to this kind of revolutionary love. Okay. So one thing I want to say is, many women they don't have the belief that they're going to meet their partner, but as I share on page 272, you will meet your partner guaranteed. Okay, if you show up for your love life even half an hour a day, you're eventually going to meet your man. How does this happen? As I shared with you, everything is frequency and vibration. When you do the work of staying loving and open hearted and take active steps in your love life, you begin to naturally align with healthy love. Through cultivating the conditions for love and grace in your life, you begin to attract your perfect match through the principles of synchronicity, magnetism, and resonance. It's simply inevitable. I once read a study that nearly 95% of people ended up meeting their mates during their lifetime. When you're vibrating at the frequency of love, the odds are 100%. Love is the natural life force and field that we're all operating in. And when we're in alignment and with the intention of being loving, we're supported by benevolent, intelligent energies that flow through us on a natural loving path. The ultimate desire of God and the universe is for you to be happy and joyful. God desires for couples to unite, create families, experience romance, healthy love, and lead a life of pleasure and spiritual fulfillment. And I've really seen that to be true, right? Like the conditions are there to have all of this. You just have to start cultivating it in your life, like start making those conscious intentions. Your soulmate is seeking you just as much as you're seeking him. My husband once said in one of my workshops, if I had known I was going to meet Sarika, I would have enjoyed my dating life way more. The women in the room chuckled, and so did I. It's true. The time you are single and dating is fleeting and filled with abundant and juicy possibilities of being a courtesan extraordinaire, meeting sexy men, self discovery, and having fun or at least interesting dates. And that's one thing I've noticed is that my clients, they start enjoying dating a lot more. Of course, they have frustrations or disappointments, not knowing like what's going to happen, but still they're enjoying the process of getting to know themselves and like going on fun dates, knowing that you will inevitably meet the man of your dreams. How would you date differently? So this is just a contemplative question for you that you can even journal on. Like, how would you approach dating differently, knowing that you're going to meet the man of your dreams? Okay. So I share on page 274, I share some myths that keep women up at night. And it's important for you to know that these are myths. They're not true. They could be something that you believe, but once you let go of beliefs, all your beliefs, that aren't serving you, you can just have an open mind. And that's what's important for love to flourish. It's having an open mind and an open heart and a sense of curiosity and wonder. And yeah. So the first myth is my biological clock is ticking, so I got to hurry up. So I remember counting backwards from the time I thought I would want to have kids. This would put so much pressure on me to perform my seductive magic and stronghold a man into my life. I would get anxious. I would get anxiety attacks just thinking about my biological clock, and I was sending desperation vibes to the men I met. So it's true. I was so desperate. Oh my God. By the time I was, 30, 31, which I know seems young in retrospect, but at that time it was like, I just, I was worried. I was like, how am I going to have kids by 35 or, even 40 if I'm single right now? So, when this happens for you, just stop and breathe and smile. Okay. Ask yourself, is having children an important or necessary condition for your happiness? Can you be happy right now? And wouldn't you just want a great relationship and let children be a natural byproduct? So, just really explore like what is happiness to you? I mean, of course, if having children is something in your future, freeze your eggs, and if you really want to have kids, if you want to have kids even more than having a partner, then start the process of having a kid, you know? There's nothing stopping you from that because I meet a lot of women who are so concerned about when they're going to have kids, and the partner is kind of like a way to get there, you know? Um, just allow yourself to follow your heart, follow your intuition. I met this woman who, while she was actually conceiving, like she decided to have kids on her own. And during the process of being pregnant with her child, she met her husband. It's so crazy. You never know how the universe works when you just follow your joy and your pleasure. Okay. The second myth is all the good ones are taken or aren't interested. That's not true. All it takes is the one. Okay. The one that is meant to be with you, the one that resonates with you. Now, I don't believe that there's just one partner in this whole world that's right for you. I'm just saying, you know, all you, there are so many men that could resonate with you, many, many. And all it takes is one. All it takes is that one partner that wants to be with you. I remember, while I was dating, I went on over 100 first dates, and that's before I did this process. Okay. And I was just like, why aren't there any great men? After I made my consciousness leap and opened my heart and started dating differently, started dating from this place of feminine empowerment, you could say. I started attracting just such better quality men and men who were commitment ready, men who wanted to explore, you know, being in a relationship with me and even wanted to get married and things like that. So it is amazing how, you can shift your mindset and start finding better quality men. And the right man will appear when your life feels in alignment and you feel happy and balanced within. Now, I'm not saying that not everything has to be in alignment for this person to be in your life, but you will generally find that when your life is conducive to a healthy relationship is when it's likely to arrive, right? Like getting pregnant. You're more likely to get pregnant if all the conditions are there for you to get pregnant. There kind of has to be like an energy and an inviting energy for that partnership into your life. Okay, the third one is there must be something wrong with me, which is why I'm single. So you probably have friends who just met their partner randomly. It seems like they don't have to do anything. And why you? Why do you have to do all this work? And it can sometimes seem unfair. I remember I used to feel like that. I'm like, why are all these people finding their mates and getting married and going on vacations? And I'm still single. Like, there's something wrong with me. Um, and yet, now looking back, I'm realizing I was meant to be with my partner, and he gets me. He gets me more than any guy has in the past, you know? Um, and my soul didn't want to settle for less. It's almost like I had to go through this process, this journey of love recovery in order to be ready for this kind of partnership. So you're perfect just as you are. We all have life lessons to learn. Relationships are the best way to learn about yourself, to grow and evolve and heal in many ways. You being single now is not an accident, and it's actually a gift. It's a great place to be because from now on, you can begin to consciously draw in the extraordinary, soul shaking kind of love that you desire and deserve. Okay. A worse place to be is if you're in a bad relationship. Like, that's an even tougher place to be. So if you're single, then it's the perfect place to be because anything's possible, right? Okay. I share about how I know of a 97-year-old woman who left her soulmate in a retirement facility. Okay. So she was just, after her husband died, she was just being fun and open and gregarious, and she met a great guy, you know? So anything's possible. There's no such thing as being too fat, too short, too educated, too undereducated, too, you know, old, too young. Okay. On page 276, I share a story about Layla. And, you know, so what are the keys to enlightened dating? So, page 278. Okay. So this is important because if you have the keys to enlightened dating, then you're going to start enjoying your dating process more. You're going to start using dating as a way to like enhance your relationship skills, become a better lover, because the way you date is how your relationship will turn out in the long term. So if during your dating process you're getting to, become more compassionate, become more intuitive, more playful, more self-aware, understand your preferences, learning how to communicate. Sometimes it's about setting boundaries and communicating. And if you're doing all that during your dating process and you're learning how to flirt, how to create chemistry with men, then that's what's going to serve you long term in your marriage, like in your long term relationship with your partner. You're going to have all of these tools available to you. You're going to have it like imprinted in your body. It doesn't just happen overnight. Like becoming a lover, becoming a wife, a partner doesn't happen overnight. It's like training, you know? Think of how much you've trained to excel in your career, and you had to go through all the ups and downs, go through getting educated and getting grades, good grades, applying to colleges, applying for interviews, going on interviews. Like it's a whole journey and process to grow your career. So why not have that same level of intention in your personal life? Like it, I think it's a myth. I think it's a myth that some prince is just going to come save you from being single and you're going to live happily ever after. It's like, it's not true. Mathematically impossible. Okay. So I'm a big proponent of conscious dating and letting your dating process help you become the partner you want to attract and attract this partnership that's meant to last. Okay. So the first key to enlightened dating is to use dating as a platform for growth and discovery, self-discovery. So I share a quote by Charles Swindoll. It says, "We can't change anything in our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it." So this is powerful. It's it's not what's happening to you, it's how you react. Okay. When you recognize that dating is a spiritual journey, then you will begin to see the learning and value in everything and staying optimistic and grounded. This isn't naive, rather, this is a key fact of life. Life isn't a linear path of success. Rather, it's a series of ups and downs, and our attitude is everything on how we react to different situations. The criteria of success in love is simple: show up every day with a loving mindset, take small steps, and detach from results. So, this is something I share with my clients. The success metric isn't about, oh, like, have you found the one or not? No, it's more around, are you doing, are you showing up for your love life every day, even if it's just half an hour a day? Are you looking at your shadows? Are you learning to communicate better? Are you loving yourself more? Are you, you know, answering guys online? Are you planning a date? Like anything. You could be doing any of the things and you're basically cultivating your love garden. And that's success to me. Okay. So, when you begin dating, you can observe your own patterns and perhaps even have the perspective that the man you're dating is a mirror to you in some way. When I talked about the world being your mirror, this may be complex. So, it's helpful to share a few scenarios with the man you're seeing. So, how do you notice whether there are any wounds or shadows within you that have yet to be healed? you know like how do you kind of view your dating process from a place of self-discovery? Okay. So in what ways do you judge or criticize yourself that you're projecting onto him? So sometimes we are critical of a guy. We're thinking he's not doing enough. But if you turn it around, in what ways are you being critical of yourself or judging of yourself? Usually when you're judging others, there's a part of you that's judging yourself. It's a mirror. Okay. Do you secretly feel unworthy or undesirable? Maybe you need to love and accept yourself more. So that's a tool. I'm sharing like what what you're probably observing and like what's the remedy for it. Does he come across as arrogant, intimidating, or insecure? Then likely there's a part of you that still struggles with it, or you haven't let go of a certain pattern in your life. So what all of these are just pointers on where the person could be a mirror to you in some way. They're just ideas. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just, letting letting the world be your teacher a little bit, letting your dating process help teach you certain things about yourself so that you can let go of your old patterns, and notice the nuances in your reactions to things, and where are these reactions coming from. So, like, for instance, there's a pattern of getting into a relationship too fast. I mean, that's a common one. A lot of women, they just, boom, fall into a relationship really fast. And what I invite women to do is just to slow down, like if a partner is the right one, give it time. Sometimes it takes 6 months to figure out if a partner is right for you. And slow and steady wins the game, wins the race. Okay. Do you get jealous or controlling as soon as you start getting serious? So those are just emotions. Those are things to notice within yourself. Okay. It's a time to be honest with yourself. Resolve to do what would be of greatest service in your relationship and seek support if needed. So, I continue to share in this section around like how you can continue to fine tune your relationship skills, your communication skills, and like notice your dynamic with men, and like what is that dynamic bringing up for you. Like, do you feel insecure? Do you feel controlling? You know, um, do you feel like you can't express yourself and your truth? Do you feel feminine and relaxed, or do you feel masculine and controlling? So just use your relationship with your guy you're dating, or men, to gauge that, like, within yourself. Okay. And then I also talk about like how dating different men allows you to notice what it is you truly value, like what resonates for you. So you can go into dating with, I just want a guy that, like, this is my dream and this is how a guy fits in to my dream, to a place of like just being open, and seeing what emerges. Usually a relationship that emerges is different than what you imagined it to be. And that's okay. Like, that's the exciting part, right? On page 281, the second key to enlightened dating is to be the partner you want to attract. And I mean, that's kind of what this whole book is about, right? It's about stepping into the woman that your partner like would really desire to be with, like, the partner that you want to attract. If you want to attract a kind, compassionate, evolved partner, then you step into that and start being that every day. Okay. The third key is to channel your inner courtesan. So I talked about this courtesan. She's like this archetype, this woman that all the men desired, during the Renaissance, or the, you know, medieval times. She was, she loved life. She loved culture. She loved men. She loved women. She loved sexy clothing and music and arts, right? She was this woman who just, she, embodies the lover archetype. So channel her. Begin to use the dating process to, embody the qualities of presence, play, and pleasure. So these three qualities that I share. Okay, and I talk about it at length. But just imagine if your dates, even the boring ones, if you showed up from a place of presence, pleasure, and play, like, what would open up for you? You know? Okay, so on page 285, I share about getting started with dating. So, Love Goddess, now you're ready to start getting your beautiful journey of meeting men started if you haven't already. Your mindset is of vital importance. If you're feeling uncertain, afraid, or insecure, now is a good time to get support. No matter what, just know in your heart that you are worthy of love and that the only way to begin your soulmate journey is to get out there with a tender yet resilient heart that knows that great adventures await her. The goal of dating, especially in the beginning, is to practice flirting, communicating, and understanding men. Ideally, you would be getting to know two or three men at a time. Dating just one man at a time or getting committed early is old fashioned and takes all the fun out of dating. So, I said a lot in this one paragraph. I really invite my clients to date more than one man. And there's so many reasons for that. It's because if you just date one guy and you think he's the one, then you're going to start putting all your eggs in one basket and you're going to get your expectations really high. Whereas if you're dating multiple guys and you know that one guy is right for you, then you'll approach it from a very different place, from a very like calm and content place. Okay. I share where to meet quality men. So online dating, I share some tips on how to date online, at a bar, party, or restaurant, at a meetup. So I don't know if you've heard of meetup.com, but as interest groups, like I met my husband at a meditation. And so that's number four, a service or community organization. So get involved in something. Personal growth or educational seminars, singles events, look up singles events around you. Like I know a lot of women say they don't want to date online, so go to singles events. Okay. And then, of course, the last one is through friends. So letting your friends know that you're looking and be open. Like, don't try to, if they set you up with someone that you don't think is right for you or you have some issue with, don't blame your friend. Just be thankful. Okay. If your parent is trying to set you up with someone, just be open because you never know. The whole idea is just to open up channels, open up different avenues for your partner to find you. Okay. Page 290, I share about some goddess dating tips. So, communicate with guys online as you would in person. So that's a skill. It's a skill how to flirt with guys online, how to ask questions of their profile, and how to be like witty and playful and, kind of have open, like intrigue in and mystery while you're communicating. Okay. So, these are all just, they're all ideas and sometimes need a little bit of skill and support in. Okay. But in general, don't try to think of online dating as being cold and unnatural. Bring the natural part into it. Bring, being yourself, being authentic, being fun and flirty into your communication with guys online. Okay. The second one is to create sustainable dating habits, and I give some tips there. The third is to remove artificial filters and criteria like height, profession, etc. Those are all ego criteria, and I know that it's important. I know you probably have some checklist of what the perfect kind of partner would be. Throw away your checklist. I know that I'm saying a lot, but try to focus on the qualities that you're looking for and how you would want to feel in a relationship. Kind of what we talked about in the last section around, you know, creating your manifestation prayer. Okay. Invite men into your life. So I share about, how you can start to like, interact with more men. And then the fifth tip is to play it safe. So I share how to play it safe, right? Dating is a vulnerable journey, and you should play it safe. Okay. And then the last tip is around dating more than one man, or that's not the last tip, but that's a tip I talked about earlier. Number 7 is to enjoy the dates and don't take anything personally. This one's really important. Number 8 is to date based on resonance and values rather than chemistry. So I talked about that, about, you know, I call it like the Taco Bell versus green juice test. Um, you know, over time, you're going to find that you're going to want the healthier and healthier version more and more. So, excuse me. That's what I feel about resonance. Resonance is about feeling into your body what your body desires more and more. um, yeah, be a partner in the dating process and maintain your love goddess rituals. And then the last one is to establish your support system and strive to maintain a goddess mindset. So, anyways, this chapter has it all on how to approach dating from a conscious, joyful perspective. Okay. So, I'm super excited for you. Congratulations on finishing this 90-day journey with me. And if you need support, go to my website, www.sarikajain.com. I share resources. I share, information about our team of coaches and therapists that can support you through this journey. And in general, just stay stay connected, um, and stay committed to your love journey because it matters. Your love life and your happiness matters. Okay. And then I end with love mantras on page 301. So these are all just, you know, reminders, they're affirmations, they're, pithy statements that will support you along the way of dating. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me in this journey. And I look forward to staying connected with you. And if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to me for any reason, please email me at sarikajain.com, or you can go to my website, www.sarikajain.com. I invite you to please tell your friends and family about this book. Please leave a review on Amazon.com for my book. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, connecting with you. Take care. Bye.